person. I'm a TV man. I'm a radio telepath. I'm a government man. I'm a plugged-in person. I'm a TV fan. I'm a radio telepath. I'm a government man. I'm a digital citizen. All safe in my room.
Hello, YouTubers. It's the Spaceman landing in your area once again. Good evening, everyone. How are you all doing? Tonight, I am trying a new tobacco, well, new to me, and it is Peter Stokkebye 3 Cherry pipe tobacco. I just recently ordered this from Pipes and Cigars. The pipe I'm smoking it in is a pipe which I just purchased at Edwards Pipe and Tobacco in Tampa. I'm going to say it's a billiard, but I'm not totally sure about the stem part of it. I know there's no marking stamped on it, and that pretty much makes me speculate that this is made of Algerian briar, which is what Edwards used to make their pipes out of, because it was old, new stock. So, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm going to double check that out next time I go up there. Now let's get to this Peter Stokkebye 3 Cherry. You know, this is a good cherry blend, okay? It's mild. It's a straight Cavendish cut. It's comprised of Cavendish and Virginia. It's flavored with a superb, deep European cherry flavor. So with the Virginias, I'm getting a light grassy kind of flavor with a little bit of citrus. And I'm getting like a sweet kind of, well, it's cherry flavor, but it's kind of a sweet, like maybe there's a honey in there in the Cavendish, a light honey flavor added to the Cavendish. It's a mild blend. I would have to say that the cherry flavor is decent. It's not real strong, but it's a decent cherry blend. I mean, it doesn't taste cheap. It doesn't really taste artificial, like a cough drop or something like that. It's a decent blend of cherry. And, you know, if you're a cherry tobacco lover like I am, I love my cherry pipe tobacco. That's the first tobacco I ever started out with. And I always go back to cherry. It's, of course, an aromatic. If you like your cherry pipe tobacco like I do, you want something that has somewhat of a cherry flavor, even if it's a bit on the artificial side, like Paladin, which is a decent blend too. Paladin pipe tobacco, which became actually better after the Scandinavian Tobacco Group took over that blend. But tonight we're talking about 3 Cherry by Peter Stokkebye, and I wanted to give you a look at this pipe too. This is an awesome grain, and I got this pipe for a very reasonable price a few weeks ago, and it's like I said, it's made by Edwards. It's old new stock. It was from what I was told, it has a couple of fills in it, which I may be able to surmise where they are. I think one is here, and there might be one somewhere else, but it's really irrelevant. It's so minute and inconspicuous that it really was a good deal. Okay, this pipe was a really good deal. So I love the stem too. I love how it comes out to this nice looking stem. It's cool. So 3 Cherry by Stokkebye. I'm going to cut the video for a few seconds and a few minutes for me, or maybe 10-15 minutes, and I'll be back to let you know how this bowl is developing. I'll see you in a few. I'm back. This tobacco is one that you don't want to puff fast on. Now, I've said this before, and I'll say it again with a lot of aromatics. You want to be careful with that because you're going to heat up your pipe extremely by doing that. And also, I'm getting ready to run a pipe cleaner into the bowl because it has gooped up a little bit. So we've already gotten a little bit of goop, and we're only halfway down. But that's not to take away from the blend. It's still a good blend. You can use a pipe filter if you want. We'll take up some of that moisture, but I don't use a pipe filter, so I bought this from Pipes and Cigars in the Battle of the Blends. I don't know if you're familiar with that. Those specials they have. They had 2 cherry blends: Peter Stokkebye 3 Cherry and Lane Very Cherry. Now the Jarno is wonderful. It has a deep, rich cherry aroma, along with maybe a little bit of a chocolate or honey kind of thing going there. But it's just your classic, it's got your classic cherry aroma. The room note is spectacular. We all know that most people just adore the room note of cherry pipe tobacco, so it sure is a crowd pleaser. Whether you got, do you see that? Whether you got one person or whether you got 10 people. Now as I'm getting lower in the bowl, I notice it's a little sweeter. Like a sugary kind of sweetness. The toppings, I believe, are cherry and sugar. Cherry, honey, sugar, maybe. Nothing like a good cherry pipe tobacco in a nice wood-grained pipe. Classic. This is what led me to pipe smoking in the very first place. In the beginning, when I would smell a man smoking a pipe wherever I was, visiting relatives or visiting friends, my mom's friends as a child, and would smell a man smoking a neat-looking wood grain pipe and smell the cherry tobacco coming out of it. And a lot of times those guys used to smoke a cherry blend or something that had cherry in it, or cherry-ish. But yeah, it's a good one. So if you get lonely, pull out a pipe and load it up with some of this Peter Stokkebye 3 Cherry and have a good smoke. And that'll be all for tonight. I'm going to basically, I know we're not supposed to assume, but I'm going to assume that getting down to the bottom of this bowl is that it's just going to become like more of a syrupy kind of goopy kind of thing, because I've already ran a pipe cleaner in and taken out some goop. So it's probably going to leave some goop at the bowl, but I'm not going to smoke that. The video is not going to be that long, so until next time, happy pipe smoking to all you guys, and I'll see you on the other side. Cheers.